right. I can see some hands go up. All right, all right. Amazing, amazing time, amazing time. Thank you so much for attending. I promise you this is going to be a really eye-opening session for every one of us who are here today. Okay, our discussion is going to be around sales communication, and I'm going to be sharing with you some of the things that have worked for me and some of the things that have worked for the clients I've worked with in the past 9 years. And I'm also going to be sharing with you practical things you can do as a Nigerian. This is not Oyibo stuff, right? This is not somebody telling you what is not feasible. This is something that works in our country and something that can work for you. If you cannot hear me for any reason, I would suggest you log out and then log in. If for any reason you cannot hear me, I would suggest you log out and then you log in. I saw somebody saying he can't hear me. I think that might be a problem with network. So please, if you can't hear me, I suggest you log out and then you log in. And then if you can hear me, I suggest also that you try to make me know that you can hear me, of course, by raising your hand or by dropping a comment so that I won't be talking to myself, because it wouldn't be so good for me to be talking to myself, right? So before we start, I want to make a test. I want to make a check. If you can hear me and you are sure you can hear me, please wave to the screen. Just wave to the screen. Let me be sure you can hear me. Okay. I'm seeing just one person waving. Mr. Obir, okay, okay, good, good, good. All right. So I have 3 persons. Once we get to 5, okay, that's 4, 5. All right. So I think I'll just continue at this juncture. I think we've gotten an encouraging number of people watching and encouraging number of people who can see through what we are doing for today. This program was designed for everyone who is interested in learning how to make sales presentations in such a way that it brings about clients and customers. Okay, so this is one of those programs that you really want to take seriously, because I mean, this could be a very critical factor for you as a business person or as an entrepreneur. So the things I'm going to be sharing with you are things that if you're hearing them for the first time, they might sound a bit difficult, but if you give it time, you will realize that they are not really that difficult, especially with practice and all of that.
Sure.
So if you are just joining us, please make sure you put your mic on mute. I'm trying to do that for you as well. I also suggest you get a headphone. Get a headphone. A headphone will make it easier for us. A headphone would make it easier. Okay. A headphone would make it easier for us to interact. Okay. And then I suggest also you get a writing pad or a notepad. Just get something that you can use to write, because it is important for you to take notes. I'm not going to share the slides of this program, so it's important for you to write down something. Okay, try right now. I think you can hear me right now. If you've not been hearing me before, check it right now. You can hear me. Um, Mr. Obire, you can hear me now. So we will continue. All right. So welcome to the program. Today's program is about how to sell. And I'm going to be expanding on the secrets of effective sales communication. Now, if you don't know, I basically teach sales, presentation, communication skills, and leadership. That has always been my field for the past 9 years. Okay. And today, what I'm teaching you is about how public speaking can help you to actually build a business or to get more clients and run your business more effectively. I don't know where that's coming from. So, welcome to How to Sell. For those of you who are meeting me for the first time, here is a little bit of introduction. My name is Stephen Michael, and I am a public speaking and presentation coach, which means I help individuals to master the art of public speaking and presentation. So I am also a sales and business presentation coach. What that means is that I help businesses to think through their sales process and also to come up with better ways to prepare their team and their people, their salespeople, their representatives to be able to close more deals and to be able to sell the business more effectively with people. So I have worked with different organizations in the course of my career, helping them to set up a working sales system, sometimes helping them to draft out a working sales script for their company. I am also a sales and marketing consultant. Through our company, Fodax Marketing Agency, I provide marketing services to individuals and to companies, of course, that are looking to boost their marketing. So what I'm teaching you today, let me see our faces. What I'm teaching us today is not just about communication, right? It's not just about how you can speak. It's more or less about how you can use speaking to get clients, like I've done for myself, and like some of my clients have done for themselves after my program. And like you can begin to see if you practice what I'm going to be teaching you today. Okay. So that's about myself. Now, why should you listen to me? For those of you who are very skeptical and you just want to know why should I listen to this person? Well, you should listen to me because I have over 9 years professional experience in this field. So I am not a freelancer. I'm not some guy that read one or two articles online and is trying to teach you. This is what I do for a living for the past 9 years. This is how I take care of myself and my family and everything. So this is why you should listen to me, because I've got real life field work experience when it comes to stuff like this. And I've also lectured in other institutions in Nigeria, most especially. I've lectured in Podium Dynamics and I've lectured in Causal Dynamics. These are two different training companies that I've worked with as a trainer, as a professional trainer before launching my own training organization. I am also the founder of the High Profile Speakers Circle, which is an online speakers forum that empowers public speakers for career purposes. So basically, we train speakers on how they can monetize their speaking skills and how they can use public speaking to boost their profiles and get more businesses. I'm also the founder of the Fodax Training Academy, which I believe you must have heard about. Fodax provides soft skills training, especially in the field of public speaking, marketing, leadership, and all of that. And we currently have presence in Lagos, Abuja, and Oka. So I think if you don't know what you're doing, you probably wouldn't get that far. Then I'm also the lead marketer at the Fodax Marketing Agency here in Lagos, and I work mostly with people who value results. So for those of you who have not heard about me, it's probably because prior to this time, I work with private clients mostly. Like if you check up on me and if you start asking questions, they will tell you I work mostly with private clients because I love to work with very busy executives who are consumed with the need for high performance. I love individuals who are driven, those who value knowledge, those who value information, and those who value skills, especially high value skills. I figure that there are people who, for one reason or the other, they might not really value the things we do, but there are individuals, especially, the busy executives, especially those in the leadership circles and those who are driven. They're constantly looking for some edge. They are constantly looking for better ways to pass their message across, better ways to get more clients and customers. Now, those are the kind of people that I love to work with and I've worked with for a couple of years now. I've also been hired by companies and government bodies, including the Ministry of Justice, Lagos State Ministry of Justice, and some other, organizations, government organizations, to facilitate and to provide coaching programs for their organizations. In this program, this is what you're going to learn. Before I teach that, let me see our faces one more time. Okay. This is what you're going to learn in this program so that it is very clear on what I'm going to be teaching this evening. First, you're going to learn what sales skill is. Okay, so I'm going to be teaching you what's my understanding of what sales skill is from a very fundamental level. And then we're going to talk about why sales is very crucial to you as an employee, to you as a business person or entrepreneur, and to you as an individual, whether you are a minister, you are a politician, wherever you belong. I'm going to explain to you why sales is so crucial and so important that you don't want to play with it. You don't want to joke with your sales skill. And then we're going to talk about the 5 people journey in sales. So there are 5 journeys I've noticed that almost everybody you see, your potential clients and customers, would probably take this journey. I'm going to explain how this journey works and why it is very crucial to the success of your business. Now, remember, we've just entered I don't know if we have entered post-COVID. I think we're still in COVID-19. But after this experience, after this pandemic experience, businesses are going to change. A lot of you are beginning to see it already. The life is changing from what we used to know. So one of the best things you can do for yourself is to actually pay attention to every part of this class and begin to see how you can reposition yourself, your business, your brand, so that you can effectively gain competitive edge in what is about to come, in what is about to hit the world. And then we're going to talk about the 4 crucial steps to sales success. So if you want to get more customers, you want to get more clients, this is the part where I'm going to share with you what I think you should know and what I think you should be doing differently from every other person in the marketplace. So this is also about how you can become a much better competitor, right? If there are many people in your space and there are many people in your industry, with what I'm about to share with you, you're going to become more competitive. You're going to do business differently and you're going to get more customers than your competitors, not by cheating people, right? Not by manipulating people, but by using some simple strategies that are, available to us today. So we get down to the 5 communication skills you're going to need for sales success. So there are 5 communication skills that everybody needs if they want to really, truly, genuinely improve their sales. I'm going to share that, and then I'm going to give you an opportunity for you to work with me, and let's see how that will eventually play out. So first question, what is sales? Or what is a sales skill? What do we look at and say it's a sales skill? I know most of us already have opinion, which is fine. So let's just keep it basic. Sales is simply the ability to convince someone to buy from you. The ability to convince someone to buy from you. So let me ask you a question, and if you can be honest with me, are there people who don't know how to convince people to buy from them, to do business with them? If you think there are people like that, I would like you to raise your hand. Do you believe, or have you seen, or do you know anyone who finds it difficult to convince people to do business with them? I'm looking at your faces. I need to be sure. Have anybody experienced? Okay, okay, great, great, great. All right, so you can't hear me.
We can't hear you well, though.
You can. That was a network glitch. I think you can hear me now. You can hear
Better
me now,
now.
right?
I can hear you
Great.
better now. I can hear you
Great.
better now.
It's a glitch. It's a glitch. You know, we are in Nigeria. So there are many people. Like when I started my business, even the people I hired, despite their qualifications, you notice that even though they are so qualified, like these guys are bright and young, yet they can't even talk somebody into doing business with them. So it became very obvious that there are some people, even if they are selling eternal life, even if they are giving out money for free, there are people that would still not be able to convince people to do business with them. So what could be the problem? Well, there are many factors that could be responsible, but one of it is lack of training, right? Everything that you want to be efficient with in life, every skill you want in life, you've got to learn. Every skill. If you want to be a good driver, you need to learn it, right? You can either learn it or you can make mistakes, and then over time you become better. But that is risky because you have to kill somebody before you get to that level, right? So, but the best thing to do is to actually come down, pay somebody else to teach you or to show you the way. And that is how it is also with sales. If you want to master sales, you've got to learn it from somebody. And our universities, our institutions, they are not teaching, there's no course on sales. The second definition of sales, which is also closely related to the first one that I'm going to share today, is sales is the ability to convince someone to obtain what you are offering, especially at a cost. So sales is not always about uh, business per se. Sometimes it could be your ideology. Sometimes it could be your opinion. Sometimes it could be your feelings. Sometimes it could be your ideologies that you want to sell out to people. So if you want people to embrace the way you think, you are selling. If you want people to change their perception of you, you are selling. If you want people to hire you instead of somebody else, you are selling. Sales is the ability to convince someone to obtain what you are offering. So there's got to be something that you are offering. And sometimes it comes at a cost. So there is a cost for everything. There's a cost to following every leader that you are following today. Having that ability is so crucial. And that is why we are here today, to see how we can be able to improve on that. Now, why sales skill is crucial? Why do I think that sales skill is very important? Number one is because revenue rises and falls on sales. Revenue rises and falls on sales. Before I talk about this, I would like to know those of us who own businesses. If you're listening to me and you own a business like myself, I would like you to raise your hand. Just raise your hand. Let me see. You own your own business. That's great. Mr. John. Okay. Mr. Luke. That's great. Living. Is that living is Livina? Okay. Good. 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 So if you own a business, then you know that revenue rises and falls on sales. The amount of money you will make will be dependent on the amount of sales that you make for the week or for the day or for the month. Don't you agree? Yeah, it's simple. So if you want more money, if you want your business to have more money, what do you need to do? Increase sales, increase the number of sales you make, right? Because if you don't make sales, you're not going to have revenue. There has to be sales, and then revenue comes in, and then we're going to separate expenses, and then we're going to find the income or the profit, the gross profit. But before you get to that part, there has to be revenue, first of all. A business needs to generate revenue for the business to exist. A business needs to generate revenue for the business to be sustainable. So if you're running a business and money is not coming in, it's a simple, it simply means that you've not been making sales. And there are many people, I mean, I've consulted with some people here in Lagos and in Abuja, most especially. I've consulted with some small business owners that just go to work from Monday to Monday, and then you'll be shocked at the amount of sales they make. Like sometimes they don't even make any sales at all. And sometimes they make sales, but it's not really something to live by. It's not really a sustainable business. So that is not how it's supposed to be. If you want your business to bring in revenue, if you want to raise revenue, the secret is to increase sales. You've got to increase sales. If you don't increase sales, you're not going to have revenue. Case settled. Right. Now, the second thing I want to say is that sales skill is one of the most important business skills. It doesn't matter the kind of business you are into, whether you are into fashion, you are into fashion accessories, whatever you are into, sales skill is so crucial that it could be the determining factor on whether or not you're going to be successful. So it is not just about having a business. It's more important to be able to sell your business. Sometimes when I'm invited in mentoring programs, what I normally tell young people is, if you cannot sell something, you probably don't want to start a business on that thing. Because no matter the kind of business you start, you've got to sell. You've got to sell your ideology to somebody. You've got to sell your product to somebody. You've got to sell your services to somebody. And if nobody is buying those services, then you don't have a business. Don't you agree? If nobody is buying into your services, you don't have a business. So there are people today who are consultants, and then they're not consulting for anybody. So you really don't have a business. A business must offer services or products in exchange for money. That's how a business is. So sales skill is one of the most important business skills, because having a business and not having the ability to sell the business or to get customers, you still don't have a business. Right. The third thing I would say today is that there is no company in the world that is not interested in making more sales. There is no company in any part of the world that you walk into and you say, look, I can help you to sell your products, or I can help you to sell your services. And they say, no, 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 we don't need anybody to sell for us, or we don't want to make sales. There is no company in the world that does that. What that tells you is that one of the greatest skills you need today to become more competitive, right? One of the greatest skills you need today to make yourself more employable is this particular skill I'm talking about, which is sales skills. If you want people to take you more seriously, you need to stop being the type of employee that sits behind the desk. You need to be the employee that can actually get customers, because you can never, no company wants to lose an employee that can bring customers. Ask anybody that owns a business. There is no company that wants to lose an employee that is bringing in customers, because what all of us are looking for eventually is customers and clients. So there is no company in the world that is not interested in making sales. The skill you are learning today is the skill you are going to sell to companies and organizations that are interested in working with somebody who knows how to bring customers to their business. And the last thing I'm going to say for this session is everything today is a sale. So whether you want to get a new job, you want to ask for a pay raise, you want to get new contracts, you want to command higher fees in your industry, or you want to introduce new beliefs, right? You want to introduce new beliefs in your marketplace, or new beliefs in your religion, or new beliefs in your society. It doesn't matter what exactly you want to do. Any one of it you want to do, you have to sell. So everything today is a sale. You are constantly selling yourself. You're constantly selling your beliefs. You're constantly selling your ignorance sometimes. You're constantly selling your wisdom if you have some. You're constantly selling your faith. Everybody is selling something, even without knowing it, even without getting paid. Everybody is always selling something to somebody. And so it has become very imperative for us to look at how can we intentionally use this particular skill to get more businesses for ourselves, and more importantly, to change lives in positive ways. I like to look at the faces, make sure you're still following. I hope we're still following, are we? Great, great.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm with you.
Great, great, thank you. Now, there are 5 journeys that I want to talk about today. If you have your pen, I'd like you to write this down. I wish I'm in the office so that I could just pick up maybe a board and show you, but I have drawn it here so you can see it the way it is. There are 5 people journey in sales. In other words, before people will get to buy from you, there are 5 labels we can give to them. There are 5 ways we can identify with those people before they get to the point where they actually bought from you. The first is strangers. So the first time you are meeting customers, whether it is in a conference, whether it is on the streets, whether it's in a church or in the mosque, in the airplane, anywhere that you are meeting people, the first time you are meeting them, they are strangers. But the problem with many of us is that we try to sell to strangers, but that is a very wrong approach. If you want to really sell something, one of the things you should desist from doing, one of the things you should be careful not to fall a victim of, is trying to sell to strangers. You see, when we were children, you remember that our parents warned us about accepting things from strangers. You can't hear me. Can you hear me now? All right. One of the things our parents warned us when we were children is never accept anything from a stranger. How many of you know that? So what some people do is they come on Facebook, nobody knows about you. All of a sudden, you published a book. You started telling people, oh, I published a book, come and buy. Now, what happens? They will tell you, congratulations, congratulations, kudos, good one, right on, but nobody will buy from you. Do you know why nobody buys from you? Because as far as they are concerned, on an emotional level, you are nothing but a stranger, and nobody wants to buy from a stranger. Please pay attention to this. This is crucial. Let me explain something to you. In the COVID-19, many of my colleagues in the training industry were telling me that, oh, the training industry is gone, we cannot make money, we cannot do this. But then I noticed that my mentees were asking a different questions. My mentees were saying, what do we have to be doing in this COVID-19 period? How do we sustain our business during the COVID-19? What do we have to do differently? And I told them, what you need to do right now is to get more people to know about you. What you need to do right now is to get more people to know about you. The reason is because there are people that will never know about you because they are so busy doing their business. They are so busy pursuing money. But right now, the COVID-19 has forced everybody to stay at home. This is your chance to get your message across to more people than ever before. This is your chance to get the attention of some people that would never have paid attention to you before the COVID-19. Am I communicating? Am I communicating? Now, the problem is that some people don't know that the first time you are meeting somebody, you are nothing but a stranger. And as a stranger, the person will not trust you. The person will not want to commit their money to you. The person will not want to do business with you. So, I don't know, the ladies or the women we have in the house, do you know how awkward it would look for a guy you met for the first time and he is asking to marry you? Like somebody is meeting you today. The next thing he's kneeling down, he's pulling up a ring and he's saying, please, would you marry me? It will be very awkward, right? But that is what some people do to their customers. They show up on Facebook, they show up on Instagram. Hey, would you buy my product? But you've not even built a relationship. You've not even introduced yourself to me. I don't even know who you are. And you want me to part with my money. No, that's not how it works. Today, we are going to change that. You're going to do something differently. If you want to sell something, you start first of all by moving from being a stranger to becoming the second level, which is you become a lead, or the person becomes a lead. The potential customer becomes a lead. Now, there is a difference between a lead and a prospect. I will explain, and I want you to take notes. Just draw something on your notes that helps you to understand it. A lead is a potential customer, but the person have not indicated interest yet. A lead is a potential customer that have not indicated interest in your particular product or in your particular metrics. By metrics, I mean the things that you look for in a customer or in a client. So, but a prospect is somebody who does not just have interest, but also have indicated interest in your product or in your services. I'll give you an example. If somebody is hungry, the person is a lead, right? For restaurants or food vendors. So for food vendors, every hungry person or somebody that wants to eat really nice meal is a lead. But then just because I'm hungry does not mean I will eat in your particular restaurant or in your particular shop, depending on what the case may be, right? So somebody has to indicate interest in wanting exactly what you have for the person to become a prospect. Let me check out something. Are we together? Are we together? So a lead is somebody who is a potential customer, but the person have not indicated interest. And sometimes you can know your lead based on the kind of business you do. If you're a consultant, if you're a business consultant, for instance, you know that your lead constitutes of people that own businesses, right? If you're a business consultant, the people that you call your leads are people who own businesses. Those are the ones you call your leads. But then not everybody that own businesses, that own a business is qualified to work with you. Don't you agree? Yeah. What if they own business, but they don't have the character that you are looking for? Maybe they are people that would rather spend money on spiritual things than on their business. They would rather give money to a pastor to pray for the business than to invest money in marketing or in business development, right? There are people like that. So what if they're like that? Would you want to work with such people? No, they will tell you that your services are too expensive, but they would rather spend the money on something else. Maybe something fetish or something spiritual, but then they can't spend it on a business consultant because they feel like your service is too expensive. So just because somebody is a lead does not mean the person is a prospect. You have to move your leads to become prospect. And I'll give you an example from what I'm doing. I created an advert and you saw the advert, you joined a WhatsApp group. I assume that most of you came through the WhatsApp group, right? Now you came through the WhatsApp group, I introduced myself, you got to know me, I dropped some content, you got to feel my content, but that does not mean that you are interested in doing business with me. You are still a lead, right? I don't know if you are still following. Great, you're still a lead. But now I am creating conversations and experiences to move you from just being a lead to becoming a prospect. So I said, okay, let's have a Zoom class. Did you notice that in the class, in the WhatsApp room, we are close to 100 or 90 or so? But in the Zoom class, how many are we here? We're just 19 at the moment, right? So what does that tell you? There are only 19 persons that are prospects. In other words, I'm interested in what you have to offer. Now, does that mean that the other guys are not interested? Not really, but it could also be that they are so busy. It could also be that they are not disposed at the moment. But whatever the case might be, you are more likely to take me up on any business than them as at this moment. The reason being that you have taken a step forward. You have proven to me that you really want to get value. And that is why you can lock up yourself in a Zoom class with me, even though you have like 1,000 other things you could be doing at this time. I don't know if I'm making sense to you now. So that is how you also move your customers from being strangers. You make a Facebook post and they respond to the post. They say, oh, thank you, congratulations, and all of that. Now you need to find a way to move them from that Facebook page and get to know the people who are becoming prospects, the people who are interested in the stuff that you are selling, in the business that you have. So if you are into security, you might need to ask a question. How many of us are interested in our security? How many of us would like to invest money in their personal or corporate security? And then watch the number of persons who raise their hands. Those ones have become prospects. And then we take them to the fourth level, or to the fourth journey. The prospects will eventually become customers. Don't you agree? The prospects will eventually become customers. So once they say, look, I'm interested in what you have to offer, we say, okay, fine, then come in and have a test of what we have to offer. The customer is the person that eventually pays you. The customer is the person that says, look, take my money. I trust your product. I trust your services to be able to take care of me. And then from customers, we now have what we call the evangelists. The evangelists are the group of people who can vouch for your product. So if you go online today and you type something like Stevie Michael, Dr. Mickey, I'm sure, depending, I don't want to overhype myself, but I'm sure you get 1 or 2 persons who will vouch for my services online. And then if you are in Lagos, you're in Abuja, and you know a friend who have attended my programs, and you ask them about me, I'm sure that some of them might, recommend me and say, hey, look, I love his programs. I love the content that he brings on. Now, those people have become evangelists. As of 2019, 70% of my private clients came through referrals. 70%. Like, I didn't have to do adverts. 70% had to come through referrals. So, and those referrals are people saying, look, we love what you do. Yes, you can call the evangelists advocates. You can call them advocates. And please also note that evangelist is not particularly a religious term. There are companies today that actually have evangelists, and they are not like church evangelists. They are company evangelists, okay? We call them evangelists because they can talk about your business, they can recommend friends, they can tell their friends about you. But before somebody will get to that level, which is the level we want to drive our customers to. Before they will get to that level, they need to have tested your products. They need to have tested your services. And before they will test your services, they need to have gotten something from you. So I want you to look at the screen one more time and ask yourself, are you following this order when you want to get customers and clients for your business? Now, I'm going to warn you, an average Nigerian will say, well, business is not all about this. Business is not, in Nigeria, we try to jump protocols, right? We try to jump protocols. We believe that, there is some superstitious hand, some spiritual thing. I believe in spirituality, of course, but the truth is, if you look at the companies that have done well so far, if you look at the companies that will still do well in the future, they all followed this exact model. I'll give you an example of a current company you may have heard about, Opay. Opay just entered into Nigeria. What did they do? They moved from this is just a new company, right? But now they are creating value and they are not charging as much as they should. Sometimes they even do free programs and free services, particularly free services, in which they begin to talk to people, get people to experience their rides. I've used Opay Ride when I was in Akwa Ibom for a training. Throughout the stay, I used Opay Ride, and I was amazed at how the stuff worked. I used it because I love tech and I wanted to see what they are doing. And I love what they were doing. And somehow they caught my attention, they caught my trust. Right? So if tomorrow Opay says, look, we're going to raise our money, you have to pay what it's worth, I wouldn't have a problem paying because I have enjoyed their services. I've gone from being a stranger to becoming somebody that knows the company, and the company also knows me. So that is what I'm asking you to do. Move from just being a stranger to the marketplace to becoming somebody that is known. There are so many Nigerians today that have high expertise. They are very good at what they do, but the problem is they don't have exposure. Nobody knows that they exist. The only people that knows about them is their family members, and family members are not customers. You can't build a business on family members alone. You need strangers. You need strangers to become leads. You need leads to become prospects. You need prospects to become customers, and you want customers to talk to other leads about you, so that they can also bring in businesses for you. I hope we're still together. Am I making sense? Who is still here? Okay, great. So for those of us who have businesses, think in terms of how can I apply this to my business, right? Stop behaving like an average Nigerian entrepreneur. They just take a product, they rush into the market, they try to force it down people's throats. That's not how people buy. The world has changed. This is 2020. People are very sophisticated, very complicated. You can't just force them to buy stuff from you like that. If you want them to buy something, you have to design this system that I'm showing you now. Find a way to break the barrier of, in quotes, strangership. Find a way to break the barrier of, in quotes, strangership. Stop being a stranger to them. Get them to know you. Get them to feel you. Get them to have a touch of what you do. It doesn't matter if you are into fashion. Even if you are into fashion, you can get people to come and test out the clothes. They wouldn't have to take it home. They just have to test it out, right? And by the time they come, they test it out, they can see you, they can see your place, they have a feel of what you have to offer. Their trust level will grow high. Their trust level will go up, and they would want to do business with you. But if you just want to force people to do business with you, that is no longer how it works. Now, let me show you something else as we progress. I hope we've taken note of this because we might need to refer to it in the future. Now, there are 4 crucial steps to sales success that I teach some small business owners. There are 4 crucial steps, and I want you to take note of them. They might not make sense to you now, but trust me, in the nearest future, once this COVID-19 is over and the market has radically changed, a lot of people wake up to these realities and they will come back to this. So if your competitor is not here, if your competitor is not listening to what I'm saying, and you're exposed to information like this, you can use it to your advantage, okay? So take note of these 4 crucial steps to sales success. Number 1 is to know what you are selling. So at this point, I'm going to pause and ask members, the people who are watching me, please, in 1 sentence, what are you selling? I'm going to start with, okay, I might not remember your name. So who can go? Mr. Luke. Mr. Luke, in one sentence, what are you selling? I hope you can hear me. You can unmute yourself, or let me unmute you. Mr. Luke, in one sentence, what are you selling?
I'm selling product.
You are selling products.
Hello? Yes.
I heard you. You are selling products.
Yes.
You don't mind me correcting you, right?
Yeah, correct me, please.
Fine. So you are selling products. I don't know. I asked you, what are you selling?
Okay.
Yes.
So what am I selling? I publish biographies.
You publish biographies.
Yes.
So what are you selling?
Yes.
Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. We'll get back to it. The next person I'll jump to is Oluwatoyin. I don't know if she can hear me. Oluwatoyin, can you hear me? I don't think she can hear me. Who should I go to? Akindele Moses. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Great, great. Please tell me, what are you selling?
So when
Okay, there is a lot of noise.
so when you say, sorry, apologies for that.
All right. All right.
So basically, I sell solar products, but what I sell basically solar products. But what I sell is not the solar product itself and its content as a whole, but I sell entertainment, I sell lighting, I sell charging of phones. So what I sell is the value, and I make them see in the product and not the product themselves.
Okay, so I can understand what you sell is the value, but what do you sell?
So I just sell solar products now.
Okay, solar product. That's good. I love the second line you went through. My concern is you overblew it. So I needed to know, what exactly do you sell? What can you easily project to me that you are selling? I don't know if that makes sense.
So I said, yes, I said solar home system.
Okay, fine. Solar home systems. Great. Who next? Please, if you can hear me, I'd love to know, what do you sell? Just unmute yourself and tell me, what do you sell?
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Hope you can all hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, my name is Adebola Adeyeye, and the name of my brand is International Gold Crown Collection Limited.
International what?
Family shoe. International Gold Crown Collection Limited.
Okay, Gold Crown Collection. Okay, that's
Gold Crown Collection Limited. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're a family shoemaking company, and so make shoes for men, women, and children.
Interesting.
Now we are expanding into fashion, general fashion. So we started making caps, shirts, and traditional attires.
Okay.
You can see more about what we're selling on IG at Gold Crown Collection, our IG page at Gold Crown Collection. And we are based at Magodo Phase 2. But basically, we make classy shoes for men, women, and children. Very lovely designs.
You sell classy
shoes, beautiful shoes.
Classy
shoes. For men,
that's what I want to hear.
And children. Yeah,
that's what I want to hear. Great.
Thank you very much, sir.
Great. Thank you.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening. Who are we
Chinelo.
speaking with?
Ezenwa Chinelo.
Great.
Sir, I do digital marketing services.
Okay.
Basically, specifically social media for now.
Okay.
And as time goes by, I tend to expand more, get to go into other aspects of digital marketing. Right now, to answer your question directly, I do social media marketing services.
Yeah.
I render social media marketing services. I run ads too.
This was supposed to be 1 minute, one sentence. What do you sell?
I sell digital marketing services.
Okay.
Is that correct?
I sell digital marketing services. Now, there is no right or wrong answer, but at the end of this program, you're going to get a better way to have answer the question, right?
Okay.
Especially in real life, not like interview settings like this, but in real life when you really want to talk about it. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Great. Great. I will take just one person and we move on. I'm happy that we have a lot of people participating. Yes, one more person.
Shalom.
What do you sell?
Shalom.
In one sentence.
Shalom.
Shalom, yes.
Yes, I'm a life coach and I sell services that are unique. I help people to handle their minds.
You help people to handle their minds.
Yeah, emotional intelligence, yes.
Okay. So can we say you sell emotional intelligence?
Yes, I'm a master in emotional intelligence.
Great. Great. The mastery of emotional intelligence. That's great. Okay, so I think at this point we'll get back to the classroom and let's look at what I have to say to that regard. Is that okay? All right. Know what you are selling. Know what you are selling. In my 9 years, by the way, I started doing business at the age of 16, more like small businesses, not like business, right? And then it was around 2004 that I actually get to have some clarity when it comes to what business is all about. You know, business, it's the more you do it, the more you expose yourself, the more you get to learn, the more you learn certain things. There are things you can never learn in the book. 2017 was the year that some things became clearer to me. One of the things I noticed, especially when I'm preparing people to present their pitch, because I help entrepreneurs to prepare for their pitch when they are looking for funding. I've noticed that anytime I'm working with most of them, like 90% of them, when you ask them to tell you what they do in 1 minute, most entrepreneurs I've worked with cannot tell you. Even when they try to tell you, they end up confusing you. So I discovered there is a problem. It's like most people don't actually sit down to ask themselves, what exactly are you selling? Like, what do you sell? Because you ask people, what do you sell? They start mentioning their services, right? Like, I've forgotten her name. The lady that spoke, that should be Chinelo, that said she sells digital marketing services. Fine. But what do you sell in concrete terms? What do you sell? Do you sell customer acquisition programs? Because when you say digital marketing, what is the end product at the end of the day? What value are you bringing in? Are you selling a system that can bring me customers? Right? That would make more sense than telling me that you sell digital marketing services, because in that case, you might have to still explain. And we live in a fast-pacing world. People really don't pay so much attention sometimes, most times actually. And people are looking for new ways to present their services in a way that it is even more interesting, right? If you tell people you're a life coach, they probably put you somewhere else. They'll be like, oh, life coach, like public speakers. Right? You need to find unique ways to tell people about what you do. And I'm going to give you a clue. So read what is on the slide. You're going to see where I talked about. Are you selling lifestyle? Like those of you in fashion, sometimes fashion is more or less about lifestyle. Are you selling a feel-good factor, right? Is this about feel good? Like those people who are selling vibrators, like sex vibrators. Those guys are not selling eternal life. They are selling a feel-good factor. They want people to feel good. So they might start their ad with something like, do you want to feel good without your wife? Then buy this product. It would make sense to the customer when the moment you mention, do you want to feel good? It would make more sense than come and buy a vibrator. Like, it doesn't even sound like adverts. I don't know if you're following what I'm saying. Who is getting the instances I'm making here? Right. So that's why most Nigerian small businesses, they don't know how to communicate, because I think somehow in our culture, we have a culture that does not lay so much emphasis on communication. And you can see that in our politics. You can see that in our family structure, right? In the African family structure, your dad or your mom does not owe you any explanation for any reason. If your dad wants to break up with your mom, they just go ahead and break up. They don't need to explain. They don't need to call meeting and start explaining to you, Junior, I want to break up with your mom. Do you know why? They don't do that here. And that has also affected the way we do business, right? We don't know how to talk to people about our product and services. We don't know how to start that conversation. We just sometimes shove it down their throats. And when they don't buy, we complain. But we complain that people prefer Western products to indigenous products? There could be other factors to it, but one of those factors is the way that the Westerners present their products. Don't you agree? The way those people present their products, the way they carry, I buy some products from China. You can ask these people stupid questions from now till next week. They will keep on answering you and you've not bought. But you can't ask a Nigerian one stupid question regarding his product without him blocking you immediately. They will block you immediately, right? Because we are not that kind of people that want to waste our time on different levels of communication. Now, when you look at the slide once again, I want to show you something. When you look at the slide, you see I said, what do customers want to get out of your products? So I want you to tear out a sheet of paper or just flip to your notebook. I want you to write what I am selling. Write out at least 3 things you are selling. Then I want you to ask yourself on the same paper, ask yourself, what do customers want to get out of my products? What really do customers want to get out of my products? When people register with me, for instance, for a public speaking training, what really do they want? What do they want to get out of the training? When an entrepreneur that is preparing for a pitch comes to me and say, hey, I want you to work with me as my private coach, what do they want? When a company hires me to draft their marketing plans, to help them to think through their marketing strategies, to help them to come up with better ways to penetrate the market, what really do they want? Then you need to also ask yourself, does your marketing copy communicate what the customers want to buy? Does it communicate what the customers want to buy? At the end of the day, your brochure, your handbills, your Instagram designs, does it really speak the language of what you are selling? Or is it also clouded with the way you talk about your products to me now? For instance, do you say in your marketing campaigns, come and buy marketing services? Or do you say something like, hey, I can help you get 5 customers next week? So let me ask, for those of us who own businesses, there are 2 adverts. One said, let me do marketing for your company. Advert A, let me do marketing for your company. Advert B, I can help your company to get 5 clients in 1 month. Which of these adverts would you go for?
Advert B.
Why?
I will go for it because it's bringing the clients.
And that's what it's talking to me. It's talking to me, so I can do the mathematics. Okay, you can help me to bring 5 clients. 5 clients, how much? Okay, my clients pay me 80,000 times 5. Okay, that's okay. So how much is your service? My service is 100,000. Fine, I can pay you the money. It makes sense, right? Than the person that says, you know, I'll help you to market. Market what? Market on Facebook. Why? What is the end purpose? Why do I even need to market on Facebook? I can make you an overnight celebrity. It's something to sell for some branding companies. Somebody said, I sell peace of mind. Yes, you can actually sell peace of mind. And another reason why you should talk this way is that when you talk this way, people want to listen to you. Imagine you went to a program and everybody's introducing themselves, and then you introduce yourself. My name is Shalom. I sell peace of mind. The next thing people are going to do is to look at you like, how? Don't you think so? And when people ask you how, they have created room for you to now sell yourself more, for you to tell them your methodology, for you to educate them more, and they will pay attention because they are the ones that asked how. Then you can begin to talk about what you do and how you do it and how you create the value for the customers and the clients. Am I making sense to you?
Yes, you're making sense.
Great. So for those of you who would want to know how to sell yourself, just watch what I'm about to show you. This might help you to know what you are selling, because that's where we are. We need to know what we are selling. What exactly am I selling? Here is a case study that I want you to evaluate. This case study is based on the tobacco industry. Are we together? Are we together?
Yes, sir, we are.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Let me adjust and come back to this. The tobacco industry is one industry that I want to use as an instance in this class. And the reason is because, please mute your microphones. The reason is because the tobacco industry is one of the most regulated and most taxed industries, contributing in excess of 200 billion US dollars to government treasuries each year. Also, the tobacco industry has over 5,300 billion cigarettes that are consumed per year by over 19% of the world's population. So over 19% of the world's population consumes tobacco-related products, right? I hope you can hear me.
We can hear
I
you.
think we're having glitches.
We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Go ahead.
All right.
You
All right,
can.
okay, great. So the tobacco industry also has they make more than 700 billion sales, more than 700 billion US dollars in sales, mostly from selling conventional cigarettes. We're not talking about the e-cigarettes that is coming out and the other brands. We're talking about just conventional cigarettes. These guys make over 700 billion dollars in sales. And then this is where there is a problem. Smoking is a major risk. I think we're having glitches. Is the voice clear now? Okay. Okay, great. So smoking is not even a good product to begin with. Like, smoking is a major risk factor for heart attacks, strokes, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and several cancers, including lung cancer, cancers of the larynx and mouth cancer, bladder cancer, pancreatic cancer, every kind of cancer you can mention. Smoking is not good. Yet the industry is doing well. Yet the industry is booming. Do you know why? Can you guess why? Why is it that somebody will be excelling in an industry that the doctors are publicly against? Some people are sending in their answers. Let me see. Okay. What do you think? Why is the smoking industry booming, even though it is not a good product? Why do you think so? Who can help me? No
Hello,
answer.
sir.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, tell me. Yeah,
Okay. I think it's the strategy they use when marketing, and like
Okay.
like you said before, the Chinese, when you talk to them or you keep asking them questions,
Yeah.
they keep answering you, and then with hope that maybe soonest you would buy from them. So something like that. That's my thoughts. Thank you.
Great. And Shalom said a feel-good product for guys with swag. Yeah. So people are not really as intellectual as they appear. People are not really as logical as they appear. People are not driven by logic. 70% of the time, we are driven more by emotion than by logic. That is why some people that understood this, most especially white people, not blacks, right? Most especially white people that understand it, they create products to appeal to our emotions and not to appeal to our logic. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. Look at some of the most expensive luxury brands like Gucci, like the iPhone. Sometimes ask yourself, why do people spend so much money on these products, even though they can find alternatives in other brands that are way cheaper? Why? They might try to make sense of it, but trust me, people don't make such decisions from their senses. They make such decisions from their emotions. Everybody feels I need to use iPhone. Why? Because at this my level, I need to use iPhone. Now, who said there is a level for iPhone? Who said there is a level that you have to get to use iPhone? Nobody said that. It's not even a rule. So while creating their product, the cigarette companies, what they did was they invested more in emotional marketing. Smoking is death, yet the cigarette company, the money tobacco companies spent in 2018 on the US market alone is about 25 million US dollars each day. That is over 9 billion naira in advertising every day. I don't know if you are as shocked as I am. Like, somebody spends 9 billion naira on advertising every day for a product. And then that is about $28. That is about 10,850 naira for every adult and children in the United States per year. Now, when you look at the effort these guys are making to promote their product, to create awareness, to create a hunger for what they sell, you see why they are widely successful. They are not successful because they are white. They are not successful because they are particularly, they have something better. As a matter of fact, marijuana, right? I don't know, we call it, I think, weed. We call it weed in Nigeria. Weed has more medicinal value than the cigarettes. But where is weed? Weed is banned. Cigarettes is legal, right? So think about it. Why is that? Why is that? Because they understand how to play their game, because they understand how to drive the market, how to drive emotions, how to create perceptions about certain things. The cigarette is very dangerous, yet it has been sold to us that once you are smoking this thing, you feel good, you feel like a man, you feel like you are in charge. Smoke, relax. And today, people associate smoking to relaxation. People associate smoking to some form of detoxing, which is not supposed to be so. But we are not always logical. We are mostly emotional. So you have to ask yourself, even in your business, how are you driving sales? Are you driving sales from a logical perspective, or have you found a way to touch people's emotion? I'll show you something so that you will get this. But what are the tobacco companies selling exactly? Is it smokes? No, they are not selling smokes. So what are they selling? I want to show you a video that will help you to understand what they are selling. I'm going to share a video with you, and the video will help you to get what the tobacco companies are selling. Just give me a sec. Please, I want you to watch this video with your headphones on and pay attention, because I might not be able to explain it to you the way that you get it here. So here is a video that I want you to pay attention to. Sorry, it's coming up.
There is no place where advertising is more relevant than in the cigarette industry. Brand loyalty is extremely high, so it's important to a cigarette company that they're the first ones that you smoke. It's also important to distract the customer from the obvious Faustian bargain that their product will eventually kill you. Necessity has made these companies masters at advertising. And until 1970, when cigarette advertisements were banned, nobody was better at this advertising than Marlboro. No cigarette or packaging is more recognizable, more American, more smoked than this one. But Marlboro did more than just win the advertising war with their...
Sorry, you're not... Sorry, are you not seeing what we are playing?
Well, I can hear, but I can't see. I'm not saying I can. There's audio, but there's no virtual. There's no. Hello? Hello?
Sorry, yes, I can hear you.
I can hear, but there's no, we can't see.
The video is not playing, but we can hear it. We can hear the video, but we can't watch it. Yes.
Yeah, same here.
All right, let's just play it because of time. Let's just play it and just listen to it and get what it's saying. Then I'll continue from there.
Shifted away from an isolated product to encompass a feeling.
All right. Are we still together? Some people are saying the video quality is poor and the audio quality is poor. Are we together now?
Yeah, it's poor.
Yes, sir, we are. Yes, sir, we are.
Okay. Okay, then.
Send us the video, please.
I will send it. I'll send it to the group.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Is it WhatsApp group or Telegram? Which?
I guess I'll have to send it in the two. Which one are you?
WhatsApp.
Both.
Okay.
All right,
fine.
thank you.
We'll figure that out. Now, let me tell you the story just because we had some interruptions there. Marlboro is a cigarette company, right? And during the worst times, because doctors started speaking against cigarettes, so during the worst times in the industry, in the tobacco industry, these guys, what they did was they rebranded their advertising, and I have it here. They tied their product to something else in life, right? They tied their product to a particular experience or feelings that customers can easily relate with. They said, you know, if you're smoking Marlboro, it means you're adventurous. It means you're a real man. It means you have something, right? And then they turned their product into an idea that people can relate with by using a drawing, which you must have seen in the video. I don't know if you saw it, but when I'll post the video, you're going to see. They turned their idea or their product into an idea that people can easily relate with and feel like they're a part of it. And then they began to sell experiences, they began to sell emotions. When they create ads of somebody smoking, and the person is feeling young, the person is feeling happy, the person is feeling vigorous, the person is feeling alive. And that is what they began to sell to the general public. Freedom, adventure, manliness. That is what they began to sell. And that is what people eventually were buying. So you must find a way to talk about your product and your services in such a way that people feel like this is something they can relate with. This is something they can have. This is something they can live with. This is what they've been dreaming to have, right? That is what you should aim at doing. Then the second thing you need to know is to know the problem you are solving. So at this place, again, I'm going to ask questions. I will need 3 persons to tell me, what problems are you solving? Who's going to talk to me? What problems are you solving? There is a Michael here. I wish Michael would talk to me. What problems are you solving?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, my name is Adigbola once again.
Okay, great. Yes. What problem are you solving in one sentence?
Yeah, just like I said the other time, that we're a shoemaking company. So one major problem we're solving is that we're creating beautiful shoes for the family, because a lot of families find it difficult to get customized shoes for the whole family. But we make shoes for men, women, and children. So it makes it easy for families to customize their own shoes to their own taste, their own style and design. Then we take care of people with irregular and uncommon fit design. What I mean by that is that people that are using very big size and they find it difficult in getting their shoe size in the market. So we make big sizes for them, size 48, 49, 50, if that's all you wear. Then we make very small sizes too for men that find it difficult in getting their sizes in the market. Then another problem we solve is
the difficulty of finding size, that is a problem. The initial one
you
mentioned is not a problem. You said you're creating classy shoes. That is not a problem.
No, what I said is that we create designs for the family, for daddy, mommy, and children, because most of the other shoemakers that make.
So we can say the ease of finding customized shoes, because that is a problem. Sir. Because some people don't know where to find the kind of shoes they want, right?
Exactly, sir.
And then some people can't find their size, which is also a bigger problem. There are people that have bigger foods, and they can't wear normal things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. I hope we are all paying attention to what is happening and how he is very clear on what the problem is. That is good. You want to continue?
Yeah, another thing is that, a lot of men prefer to wear probably black or brown shoes, the conventional men's shoe colors, but we are creating different colors for them. So we are promoting dressing to match in men, which is already happening in women. Yes, in men, which is already happening.
You're no longer stuck. You're no longer stuck with black, brown, and I think that's the common shoes you find, black and brown.
Yes, sir. Yes,
you can have something. Yeah, that's great.
Yes.
That's great. I really applaud you. Good job. Good job.
Right,
are you based in Lagos?
Yeah, we are based in Magodo Phase 2, Lagos, sir.
Okay, great. Maybe one of these days we'll get to see. Great.
All right, I really appreciate that.
Who else will tell me, what problem do you solve? I'm solving the problem of power outage. That is by Great Man. No. HP. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening. Sir. What problem are you solving?
Okay. I'm Ezenwa Chinelu. I am solving the problem of to build a more customer base for my clients.
So what is the problem?
To engage with their customers.
So what is the problem?
Like most persons, the problem is they don't have more customers. So I want to build a more customer base by trying to advertise their products.
So is the
problem, and then to engage with their customers.
Is the problem that they don't have more customers? You realize what you're saying. They don't have more customers. Is that the problem?
Yes. Yes.
Or that they could not find more customers?
Okay. They couldn't find more customers.
Because there are customers there, right?
Yes.
So
they couldn't find more customers.
Why couldn't they find more customers? Because that's why they are
probably
hiring.
Probably they've done adverts and maybe they're not doing the adverts right. So they're not actually using a good call to action.
The problem is ineffective ads.
Yes.
So why else are they not getting customers?
I said maybe they're not using a great call to action. They're just, putting up adverts, and people are just liking it and liking it and loving it and just commenting. And again, they're not engaging with their customers. Most persons, they just put adverts and then they come in and they go. They don't build relationship. That's another thing.
All of these can be put under ineffective ads.
Okay.
Have you ever considered that they might not even know how to advertise at all? Like some people don't even know how to advertise. So it's not like they advertise and it's not working. It's that they don't even know what to do. They just open a business. They don't even know how to go about it. So who should they talk to? I think they should talk to Chinelo, because Chinelo is a marketing expert, right?
Yes, sir.
So the problem
Yes,
is
sir.
I don't know how to get customers. Chinelo says, fine, you're my client. You're the perfect person I'm looking for, because I know how to get you customers, but you don't know how to do that. So that's why you are paying me.
Okay,
are you getting the clarity now?
Yes, sir.
So if you want to talk about your business in public, you start with something like, have you been losing money in ineffective ads? You ask them. How many of us here have been losing money on Facebook advertising? And then somebody said, me. Those people have moved from being strangers to becoming what now? Prospects. Do you remember? Are you seeing how this thing works? Yeah, they've become prospects. So this man, the man on blue, he has been wasting his money on ads. Good. So now I know where to direct my attention. Now I know who to impress, right? Because if somebody have not been wasting their money on ads, no matter what you say in that conference, you will never impress them.
Yes, it's true.
Yes, because it's working for them. In fact, those are the ones that will sit down and be criticizing and be telling you that what you said is wrong. You could have done it. They are not educating the educator. You know that this one is not your ideal client at all. This one is a friend. They can stay there, right?
Okay.
Then for people who have been spending money but they are not getting it right, that's a problem. So get more clarity on the problem. I'm a marketing consultant, so I'm familiar with your field. For me, it's sometimes about, some people don't know how to communicate, right? Some people don't know how to write ads. If you read some Nigerians adverts, you wonder if they are writing this advert to get customers or they want to piss people off. Some people don't know how to write in such a way that somebody's attention will be caught. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
So what I do is, you've been messing up your ads. Let me help you with your copy. I can write something that will make people want to read. And then I do the magic, and all of a sudden the advert starts working. They say, wow, how did you do that? I say, well, that's the power of copy.
Okay.
Great. So let me attend to this person. This is Philip Moses. You're welcome. Philip Moses says,
thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Philip Moses said, I solved the problem of illiteracy. I'll still come to that.
Okay.
Yeah, HP said, I'm solving the problem of power outage. Yes, that's a problem. That's a problem. So HP, what you need to do now is to research more on power outage in Nigeria so that you can use facts. You can use facts. Maybe you want to talk, you say, did you know that Nigeria can barely have light for 4 hours in a day? Now, I'm just saying off the cuff, but you have to do your research. So you start with something that makes people, wow, really? And then you say, that is why my company, we are solving the problem of power outage. How do we solve that problem? You can now go into your particular speech for the day. This is by Philip Moses. He said, I solved the problem of illiteracy amongst adults. I tutor on phonics, combining sounds of letter to get to read easily. Now, for, Phillips, there's a complication there, right? Your communication is not clear there. First, you said you're solving the problem of illiteracy. Illiteracy is to read and to write. It is not to read, to write, and to speak. Yeah, that is illiteracy. But now you are talking about phonics. You're talking about combining sounds of letter to get to read easily. I think you need more clarity there. You need to simplify it more, right? But I love the fact that you know the people you are addressing. You are addressing adults. That's a very good thing. Yes, thank you.
Can I say this?
Okay.
It's my own. I'm solving the problem of mental health as a life coach.
Mental health.
Yeah, that's why I say I sell peace of mind.
Okay. So what problem are you solving?
Mental health. If you discover
mental health is not a problem.
Okay.
It is the solution you are bringing. You're bringing health to their mind. But what is the problem?
Okay, because sorry, maybe you help me coin because I've discovered something that is pertinent. That most of what you see happening, you see domestic abuse, you see defilement, you see rape, you see a lot of things happening. Is because if you trace the origin, it has to do with their state of mind.
Okay.
The state of mind, they have a problem. The state of mind. So most of what we do is that when we start to analyze them, we now trace it to their mental health. So what we'll now do is that we'll now give them solutions to how to handle their mental problem. I mean, to address that issue.
Can we call that common insanity?
If you use the word insanity,
I know how it sounds, right?
You want to receive people to Leyaba left. You understand?
So that's why I said common insanity, so that everybody be like, I don't understand. And it's okay, let me understand. Some Nigerians are actually mentally sick. Like,
but don't say mental problem.
You can talk about your problem without putting problem there. That's what
problem
I'm trying
there.
Okay.
So
we can say mental instability. How do you see that?
Okay.
Mental instability. So of course, when you begin to do your research, you begin to see what other experts call it. But you need to be clear on the problem you are solving. Okay. For me, when it comes to public speaking, the problem I'm solving is stage fright. That is the problem.
Okay.
I hope that's clear to us, all of us now.
Yeah, okay, cool. Thanks, man.
You're welcome. This person said, sorry, let me pull your conversations so that we can move on. This is Obire. Obire said, I solved the problem of accommodation as a realtor. Also, I solved the problem in assessing Forex for customers that need dollar to transact their international business. Obire, you might need to be a little clearer. We are looking for one word that summarizes your problem. We are looking for one way to talk about the problem in such a way that an average person can say, oh, okay, I think I have a clue or something like that. All right, so let's continue with the class. Know the problem you are solving. 90% of entrepreneurs cannot clearly state the problems they are solving. Instead, they start talking about the solution. So if you ask them what is the problem you're solving, they say, we make clothes. That is the solution. That is not the problem. What is the problem, right? Is it mass nakedness? Is it poor fashion? A problem has to be negative. Think in terms of that. A problem has to be negative. So what is the negative thing that you are solving? For me, it is stage fright. Some people, it is lack of focus. Some life coaches, it is lack of focus, right? So some people, it is lack of motivation or lack of self-motivation. But it has to be the problem. I spoke before. This issue, I love when we talked about the issue. He said, some people have big foot. When you talk like that, those people, they feel like, wow, yeah, that's me. You're talking to me, right? Or my friend. I mean, some of us have friends that have big foot or small foot. So this is a better way to talk to your customers, because in such a way, they know that you know exactly what they are going through. They know that you understand their problem. They feel connected to the message that you are passing across. They feel connected to your content. Okay, so understanding the problem you are solving is key to communicating in a way that resonates with the potential customers. But take note of this. This is where it gets even more interesting. And I love this part so much because I do this exercise with my workers, helping them to understand our business better so that they can be able to sell even in my absence. Now, you need to understand 3 critical things when it comes to understanding the problem. Number 1 is you need to understand what the problem is, your understanding of the problem. You need to demonstrate it in your writing. You need to demonstrate it when you are speaking. You need to demonstrate it when you are producing videos. Show people that you understand what the problem is. That is 1. Then 2, you need to show people that you understand the cost of that problem. So what is the cost of that problem? Let me see our faces one more time. What is the cost of having a big foot and not being able to find a shoe to wear? What is the cost? The cost is you might not be fashionable. What is the cost of always wearing either brown or black. The cost is sometimes you don't wear to match. So it is not enough to know what the problem is. You need to know what is costing them. And when it comes to cost, we have tangible and intangible costs. We also have monetary costs, but sometimes it is not always about money. To some people, it is their pride. You have to think of, how does this rob people of their pride? Right, some people are still sending in their stuffs. So let's continue on this part. Your understanding of the cost of the problem. How much is the problem costing your customers and your clients, your prospective customers and clients? How much is it costing them in terms of money, in terms of peace of mind, in terms of success, in terms of potentials? Like those of us in the life coaching industry, you know that every time people are not taking your services seriously, every time they are not doing that, it is costing them their potentials. They are supposed to be better people than they are currently, but because they don't have access to coaching, to life coaching, they are now living below their potentials. That is also a cost. And the last thing you need to also take note of is the impact of the problem on their individual life. What is the impact of the problem? Does it bring shame? Does it bring disgrace? Does it bring dissatisfaction? For the person in marketing, you agree with me that when people are not bringing customers, what does it bring? It brings pain. It brings pain. Somebody wakes up, they don't want to go to business anymore. They don't want to go to work because customers are not coming, clients are not there. Now, how does this affect their businesses? How does this affect their families? How does this even affect their lives as individuals in the world? So these are things you need to take note of as we continue. And then the next point I want you to take is who you are selling to. Who are you selling to? Everybody is not your customer. I know sometimes we like to believe that everybody is our customer. No, even if you are selling eternal life, even if you are giving out money, everybody is not your customers. There are people that will never accept money from you, even if you are sharing the money for free. Hope you know. Right. So who are the people that you are more qualified to help? That is one. And who are the people that have the problem that you can solve? People that also have the money. These are questions you need to ask yourself. What is the agenda? Where do they stay? What is the problem they are facing? You know, where do they normally gather? Where can you easily go and find them so that you can talk to them? And then you need to also know what their fears are. What is their fear? Are they afraid of fraud? Are they afraid of being scammed? If you are in
Yes. Okay. Ah.
Are we together now? Yeah, I know. We were having network glitches, but I think we're back. Please, if you can hear me, I'd love you to wave to the screen. All right. Okay, so we continue from where we stopped. You have to know what is their fear and why do they buy, right? Why do they buy? What is their motivation when it comes to buying? The problem with many entrepreneurs in Nigeria is that we tend to listen more to our friends than to our customers. We don't listen to our customers and clients. We don't listen to why they buy, what motivates them to invest their money in our products. And then you need to know how to communicate to them. Are we still together? Somebody's audio is on. Please mute your audio so we can continue. All right. So the next thing I want to talk about today is you need to know how to communicate to them. How can I communicate to customers? How can I communicate with my clients? Now, in the course of our program, I'm going to be teaching you some things you need to know about how to communicate with customers and clients. But for now, let me share these practical things you need to do that needs to be in your communication. For now, number one is you need to communicate with confidence. No matter what you are selling, you need to make people believe that you are confident in your products and services, and they should be confident in you to deliver, right? But don't do that if you're not sure you can deliver. I'm talking to those who know that they can deliver. If you are sure that you can deliver, then you should communicate with confidence. You should also communicate with clarity. I've noticed that many entrepreneurs don't know how to communicate their ideas with clarity. So that's why we have a course on how to explain your ideas to other people so that they can understand you, so that they can make sense of what you are talking about. And then learn to be concise, because the world has changed and people really don't have all the time in the world. So the more you keep your communication brief, the better for you. And then learn to add some elements of motivation and inspiration and persuasiveness in your communication. Because even if you are selling something good, people still need to be persuaded to do what is right. I hope you know that if the government did not push and persuade people to wear face masks, a lot of people would never wear face masks, even though wearing face masks is supposed to protect them, right? So people need persuasion even to do the right thing. That is human beings for you. And then the next thing is congruence. Congruence is when what you are saying matches with your face and your body postures. So that is why in public speaking, we teach about body postures. We teach about how you can marry your conversation, your spoken words with your body language, so that there won't be a disconnection in your attitude, your behavior, and your conversation. So as a business person, when you name your price, people should see that it aligns with your face and the way you carry yourself. Because when it doesn't, they will suspect you. They will suspect that you're a fraud, and they might not want to do business with you. And the next thing, I want you to take note of this: confidence, clarity, concise, compelling, and congruence. That is how I want you to communicate. Now, before we move into the next thing that I want to talk about today, I want to see your face. I want to see your face. I want to know those who are still around. Mr. Luke, you are still here. Good. Some people have run away. That's fine. Chinelo is still here. Shalom is still here. And Ijama is still here. Hey, Obire, you are still here. Good. Good to see you, man. Yeah, I can see you. Michael. Wait. Oh, this is Michael. Michael, good. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Yeah. Adigbo. Sorry, I'm not sure I can pronounce it. Hilton, right? Good, good. So let me share this with you. I want you to take note of this. Speaking at live events in front of a crowd is one of the fastest and most effective ways to generate and convert leads to customers. Please take note. Speaking at live events in front of a crowd is one of the fastest and most effective ways to generate and convert leads to customers. So everyone that is listening to me today, one of the things you should do for yourself this period is to constantly look for speaking opportunities, even if it is free. Constantly look for the opportunity to speak. For people like Chinelo, look for opportunities to teach people about marketing, especially business owners, not other marketers, because other marketers, they might not want to invest, but business owners, when you teach them, you discover that after talking to them, in my own experience, no matter how much I teach them, they will look at me and say, oh, this is very sophisticated. Can you do it for us? I say, fine, we can do it. We have boys in our company that can take care of that for you. And they end up paying you. So why were they listening to you? They were listening to you to confirm that you know what you are talking about, right? They want to be sure that you know your onions. And once they are certain that you know your onions, they can spend any amount of money to get you on board for you to run their marketing or their advertising for them. So what I do sometimes is I go to companies, I deliver presentations free of charge. Let me teach you how you can build your business. Let me correct some things that your marketing team is not doing well. Let me give you the next marketing trends, the next marketing tips. Let me explain something. By the time I finish explaining, they get to see, oh, this person has some depth, right? This person understands his onions. Now, how do we hire you? It becomes easier for them to hire me as opposed to appearing and just telling somebody, hey, do you have a business? Let me handle your marketing. Nobody wants to do business with a stranger. Take note of that. Nobody wants to do business with a stranger. So public speaking gives you that opportunity. It is also easier to create awareness, build trust, and get more people interested in your business if they see you and you talk to them about the things that concern them. So whether or not you are selling shoes, when you begin to teach people how to dress well, how to look good, how to wear the right set of shoes, how to get affordable shoes, right? Even though the shoe might be 150K, you need to understand the word affordable is relative, right? 150K is affordable, 200,000 is affordable, 1.5 is affordable. It depends on who is paying. Don't you agree? Yeah, so
I totally agree,
start
sir.
teaching people how to get. Can you still hear me, or is there a network glitch now?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you very, very much.
Great, thank you.
We can hear you, sir. Right on, sir.
I'm very good. Yeah. So you have to create avenue to teach. You know, you go to your church, you say, oh, look, I want to teach people how to dress well. Are we going to pay you? No, don't worry about paying me. Don't worry about paying me. I'm a very nice person. I'm a very nice person.
No lie.
And then you hold the program and you talk to them during the course of the program. If I'm going to be talking about shoes, how to dress well, I'll make sure I'll come with very nice shoes.
Can someone mute our speaker? It's too loud.
Okay, I've mute. Let me mute everybody so that we can hear each other. Now, by the time I teach you about something, after teaching you, there's something that teaching does. Number one is you get to know me, like many of you have gotten to know me. Number two is you get to trust me if I have good content, right? Like some people have run away for some reasons, I don't know, but some people are still here. So they're like, oh, this content is good for me. I think I love this program that this man is doing. Wow, this is what I've been looking for. That's how some people feel, especially if you're telling them something that is relevant to their field, right? So they will feel that connection. Then the next thing is that they will trust you. For some reasons, there are people that are very easy to trust. One of them is teachers, pastors, and pastors because they are teachers, right? Almost everybody trusts teachers because teachers are just teachers. They are teaching you, they are helping you, they are giving you information. So you need to be the teacher. You need to teach people. It doesn't matter the industry where you are. Even if you are selling beards oil, teach people about beards. Teach people the essence of having a beard or having beards, sorry. Right? The more you educate people, the more they get to trust you. The more they trust you, the more they are willing to spend more money on you than they can possibly spend on your competitors. I don't know if I'm making sense. Great.
Yes, you are.
Great. So speaking publicly is one of the most effective ways to develop your brand. That is to gain instant visibility. Anytime you are speaking, people are getting to know you. And it's also one of the most effective ways to establish credibility because again, people will love you, people will like you because of the way you speak or the value that you bring on board. And then you will now distinguish yourself from the competition. Trust me, most of the people in your field, especially if they are Nigerians, they don't like to speak. They don't like to stay in front of the camera. And that is a good news for you and I. It is good that the people in our field, they don't like to speak. They don't like to speak. There are people that studied communication in the university. They have PhD in communication, and yet today, most of the companies don't even consult them because nobody knows them. They are popular in their own area, but they don't have a reputation. They don't have a brand. They're just professors in some academic textbook. They are not on Facebook. They are not on Instagram. They don't have blogs, and they don't even know that the world has moved on. Nobody knows about them. So do you want to distinguish yourself from the competitors? Even though you are selling, I don't know, phones, you are selling shoes, you are selling clothes, you are selling cars. It doesn't matter what you are selling. The best way to distinguish yourself from the competitors today is to become the person that is educating people constantly on issues regarding the subject matter. If you are selling cars, teach people how to maintain their cars, how to get nice cars, how to avoid being scammed. when they want to buy a car, where to get really nice cars in Lagos, in Abuja, and all those places. And the more you are teaching people, the more their trust level about you is growing, and they want to do business with you. So having said this, I want to give you an opportunity to participate. You're still going to ask questions, but before you ask your questions, I want to give you an opportunity to work with me on a coaching level where I take you through a 12 weeks program. This 12 weeks program is a 3 months intensive program where I begin to show you every day of the program some public speaking, business presentation, and sales strategies that you can use to build your business. Now, if you know me, I love to keep it very practical. So everything I'm going to be giving you is going to be practical, but this is what you're going to be learning in that program. So you might want to know. First, I'm going to be helping you to overcome your number one enemy, which is the fear of public speaking. For most of you, you already know what to say. For some of you, you don't know what to say, but some people, you know what to say, but what is holding you back is the fear of public speaking, the fear of making a video, the fear of producing audios. I think some of my students are watching this clip, so maybe after this time, they're going to talk to you about my programs. By the time you take my program, you're going to regain your confidence back, and you can produce whether audio, videos, or whatever, because I'm going to be on your neck until you get it right. Okay. The second thing is you're going to learn how to make business and sales presentations, whether you're going for a pitch or you're going for a competition, whatever it is. I'm going to show you how you can use public speaking to talk about your business in front of people. And then I'm going to show you how you can structure your sales presentations in such a way that whenever you are making a sales presentation, it's going to follow a standard structure so that people will find it even interesting and would want to do business with you. And then you're going to learn how to instantly build a powerful personality. You're also going to learn how to make presentation on stage that sells your business. So now this is about how you can be teaching people, and at the end of teaching them, they would want to do business with you. You're also going to learn the templates of business presentation that actually works. I'm going to be giving you those templates so you have them so that you can model the templates used by people like Uber, people like Facebook, some of these multinational companies. There are templates they use to prepare their own presentations. I'm going to share some of those templates with you so that you have access to them and you can use them to craft a presentation for your business. So you can also share it with your workers. So the workers, they know how to defend your business anytime, any day. And I'm going to be telling you or showing you the 20 different ways you can persuade people and convince them to do business with you. Practical ways that you can do that. And also how you can create a hunger and desire for your product and services in the heart of your listeners. So if you're the type that loves to create hunger and desire for what you're selling in the heart of people, whether you are selling services or you're selling products, I'm going to show you how you can do that using certain techniques that I'm going to be sharing with you in the program. Also, how to handle sales objections, such as your price is too high, we already have we're already using your competitors, and many other sales objections. I'm going to give you some scripts that you can use to help your people, help yourself to know what to say when people object to doing business with you. And these things will prepare you very effectively when it comes to selling your business. I'm also going to teach you how to effectively build authority as a go-to expert in your field. Practically, I will show you what I've done and what some of my clients have done that took them from, nobody knows about them today, but in the next 14 days, they have grown a fan base of people who love them, people who like them, and people who want to do business with them. So I'm going to show you how we're able to do that and how you can do that. And you get to ask me specific questions regarding your own business. If it is something I don't know about, I can bring somebody that knows about it, that can tell you exactly how you can be able to do or replicate what we have done in the past 9 years. And then I'm going to teach you how to clearly explain your value propositions to a prospect. So we have this value proposition workbook that will help you, guide you through the process of clarifying your value propositions to different types of clients or different levels of clients. Normally we have the low-level clients and the high-level clients, right? Your communication should not be the same thing with these people. The communication varies depending on the quality of person you are talking to. If you're talking to low-level clients, there's a way you're supposed to be addressing them. If you're talking to high-level clients, there's a language you're supposed to also, use in addressing them. The problem with many of us is you're trying to sell a high-end product, but you are using the language of a low-end client. And sometimes you don't even know. You don't even know because probably nobody has ever assessed your conversation or your message. So I'm going to show you how you can be able to communicate with high-end clients and talk to them in a way that appeals to them so that they would want to do business with you. So here is how it works so that we can call it a day for today. We meet on Zoom on Friday evenings for this program. Remember, it's a 3-month program. So you have to be available on Friday evenings by 5 p.m. And we provide a training. We also get assignments, we get templates, we get scripts, and we are going to be in a separate Telegram group, right? We're going to be in a separate Telegram group so that we can easily talk and I can easily share the resources with you that I would want to share. And then you get to ask me questions. There are 2 ways we do it. You can ask me questions during the class in a public place like this, or you can decide to call me and we can talk about whatever you want us to talk about in the line of my areas of specialty, which is communication, marketing, and leadership or team development, right? So you ask questions and you get answers. So this is going to be a 12 weeks program, which is a 3 months program. And the price for this is 50,000 Naira. The normal price is 70,000, but if you are taking advantage of the early bird, you're taking advantage of the early bird, you can just pay 50,000 Naira for the 3 months program. It's going to be once a week. We meet once a week. The rest of the days, we spend it trying to get you to be able to do it. So we're not just trying to cram you with information. We want to be able to get you to do it. So we teach you in 1 day, and then you have like 5 days to get it right for your business and for yourself if you're building a personal brand. And then the deadline, if you want to pay 50,000, is this coming Monday, July 5th. So if you want to take advantage of the 50,000, you have to pay between now till Monday, July 5th to take advantage of it. There's going to be a certificate for those of you who want certificates at the end of the program. And there's also going to be recording so that if you are unable to attend the program or you attended the program, but you want to listen to the program again, then you can play the recording for yourself and refresh your mind on what you learned. So you can screenshot the account details. That is the company account details in case you want to make payment. You can use the company account details to make your payment. You can make instrumental payment. You can pay half of the money and then complete the payment at the 2nd month of the program. Sunday is 5th. Oh, Monday. That means the deadline is on Monday. Monday is 6th. Monday is 6th. So the deadline is on Monday. At this juncture, I'd like to take questions. If you have any questions regarding what I've said, I'd like to attend to them right now. Right. So who is shooting the first question?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Good evening once again.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, I sincerely appreciate being all through going along with the process. I mean, it's quite interesting. I have a very brief question. The first one is in the process of advertising your product.
Okay.
We usually know that the best way to catch our clients now on the social media platform, the first one is for instance, the medium at which we come into this very program. That is a WhatsApp group page. Okay. Now, there is either you create and add your family and friends, but you will discover that not even your wife, even your children, they might not be part, or they might not want to subscribe to your goals. You understand? You may add all of them on the page, and suddenly you discover that you're seeing a lot of them escaping or exiting the page and the lights. You understand? Now, that is the first one, the first area. The second area is now, maybe you create the page, you copy the link and post and let people who are interested to join the procedure. Now, the first one is actually the first process could have been the best way, but you discover that when people see the trend that people are exiting the page, they also might want to exit the page. Or what is the major factor why you see them exiting the page, even when you know that majority or the larger populations in the catchment environment are in need or looking for the process, but you still see them exiting, then hire you from a distance. So what is the problem? Why don't they stay and get through?
You're a businessman, right?
Yes.
You're focusing on the wrong thing.
Okay.
You're focusing on the wrong thing. Number one is I don't even add anybody to my groups.
Okay.
And I pray that people leave my groups.
Okay. Okay.
Because every time you are leaving my group, you're helping me to make sure that I'm giving value to people who need it.
Yeah,
you understand?
Yeah.
So you shouldn't be calculating and counting the number of people who leave your group. When they leave your group, count it all joy. Say thank you for saving me the stress. Because there is no need staying in the group when there is no chance of us doing business in the future. You see, I'm doing a program now. You see the number of people who have left to this point.
Yes.
Yet it doesn't slow my energy down, right? Because it's fine. Maybe we'll do business in the future, but for now, you're not ready for me. Fine, don't waste my time. I wouldn't waste yours. That is one. Then secondly is anytime you are serious about business, leave family and friends
out of it.
Leave them out of it. Family and friends are not business metrics. Number one, they don't even pay complete money. Number two, they always find faults. Yes, they always find faults. And anytime they come, they'll be correcting you about one thing or the other. They're not always impressed. So depending on what your business is, you might leave family and friends. They normally come back when your business have succeeded very well. They will come and start patronizing you after other people have, you understand? Yeah. Then some family and friends, they normally come when they don't have money. But when they have money, they go to other places. Right? So I don't include family and friends in my programs. I don't. I spend money on advertising, like you have seen in the group. Yeah. And I brought people. And you can see people are leaving. People will continue leaving. And I keep on advertising and getting more people into the group. That is how a business person thinks. He doesn't think, oh, everybody that joins the group. And that is why I love Telegram, because Telegram doesn't tell me when people are leaving my group. And it makes it easy for me. But WhatsApp, sometimes when people are leaving your groups, they are exiting your groups, it's really not so good for you. So focus on what is more important for you. You don't need the crowd. What you need is a paying number of people. 20,000 members or followers that are not buying anything, they are useless. You need just 200 persons who are buying, or at least commenting, or at least getting value, at least saying thank you for, showing up to work. That is what you want. Is that okay? I hope I've answered your question.
Yeah, the second one is this.
Okay.
In having a group of business.
Yeah. I'm listening.
Binet. So
Sorry?
in your subsidiary, I have some subsidiary underneath. You understand? Now, let me.
There's a network glitch.
Why the second one is on music consultancies.
Okay.
Why the third one is on the general contract where we.
Okay. I think the network, we're having network glitches. And,
hello?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, can you make it faster so that I can take other questions?
Okay. So now, in doing my advertisement, is it proper to, as in, groom them together in one phase and carry out the advertisement process? Or I split them per,
No, advertise, you see, every business has a target customer.
Okay.
If I'm selling marketing services and I tell you that I'm a public speaker, you would think all I do is talking. You would think I'm not competent, that I'm just trying to motivate you.
Okay.
So what I do for my businesses is when I'm selling the marketing services, I'm selling marketing services. I don't bring public speaking into it.
Okay. Okay.
In that case, I speak the language of the customers that I want.
Okay.
And I take them to a single page where all they see in that page is things related to marketing. Then when I advertise public speaking, I take them to public speaking as well. And they see everything related to public speaking. So separate your businesses, give them that level of independence, even though if, depending on how you design your business, I design my business in such a way that they use the same name, they have the same mother company, like Fodax Marketing Agency, and then Fodax Training Academy, and then Fodax other companies that I run. So I design it that way, but the website takes you to specific places that just concerns what you are interested in. Yeah, so that's what I'll suggest for you.
Thank you.
So there won't be confusion. So you're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Do I have other questions coming?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Chinelo, you are very excited.
I have
today.
a question.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very, very much. I'm really, really excited.
You're welcome.
Like the insights are so great. Thank you very much. I have a question. It's not really much, but it's really okay. My first question is, okay, like I've had this experience and I don't like it. When you buy something from someone, especially hair, all this fashion stuff, they will tell you it's original, it's good. Okay, now when you get home and then it's feeling hair, when you use it, before you know it, the hair will start tangling and all that. Now I stayed as not getting value for my money. Okay, and the thing really pained me. I had to, and I paid good money for that hair. So I just had to give it out because seeing the hair makes me very angry. Now I'm doing digital marketing. Can I say I want to solve this transparency? Can I say I want to solve it? Because it's a problem I've actually experienced it myself. So can I tell my clients, or can I tell the customer, like, how do I do it? Like, I want to solve this problem of transparency in business.
What do you mean by transparency?
Okay, like let's say someone will tell you this thing is tangle free, it's 100% human hair, is good, and when you finally buy it, it's not what they say it is.
Okay, you can't sell transparency in marketing because in marketing there are things we cannot guarantee. I did a marketing for a new multi-level marketing company. They paid a lot of money for it, but in the course of that marketing, you notice that sometimes what you think will work might not work, right?
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes you think, okay, if we put out this advert, we're going to get 1,000 persons, and then you put it out and you notice that people are not connecting to this advert.
Yes, sir.
So it will now look like you were not transparent. But what I did for myself, how I was able to achieve transparency in my marketing business is that, first of all, I made sure that I charge what it's worth.
Okay.
Because once you charge well, you will not be forced to start touching people's money.
Yes,
secondly,
sir.
I don't promise you results that I'm not sure of.
Okay.
Yes, I normally tell you, look, this is marketing. There are some things we cannot easily tell, but all things being equal, this is what you should expect. This is what I can do. This, for instance, I can guarantee you that I will send you customers, but I can't guarantee you that those customers will buy.
Yes.
Because buying depends on a lot of factors. It depends on how you answered the call, how you spoke to them, whether or not they are ready at that time to do business with you, you know, whether or not their wives later change their minds after they've priced you. These things are things I can't control. But what I know is I've done it so much that I can guarantee you that I can move people to come to you, to talk to you about your business. Do you understand?
Okay.
So I try
Yes,
to
sir.
avoid over promising, because some people will promise you heaven and earth. They will tell you, I will give you customers that will buy up to 20. How can you guarantee what customers will buy? You can't guarantee it.
Yes,
So
sir.
again, Chinelo, I think you are trying to solve a problem that people don't actually have. I'm running a business. I need marketing. I don't need transparency. What I need is marketing. What I need is customers. That is what you should focus on.
Okay.
Are you getting what I'm saying?
Okay.
Focus
Yes,
on what
sir.
the customer wants, not what you think they should want. They don't want transparency. They want customers. That should be your worry. Your worry should be, how can I make sure that I get them enough customers to get more money for their business so that they can pay me? Not how can I be more transparent? Because even if you are transparent and you are honest, but you're not getting me customers, you have still failed as far as I'm concerned.
It's true. It's true.
Transparency is not a factor of production.
Okay.
Just like honesty. Say, look, I'm a very honest person. So how does your honesty bring customers? So think in terms of that, okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I have another question.
Okay.
Just this is the last one.
Okay.
My person, I don't like forcing people in buying things because I've done marketing when I was still in school. I don't like forcing people. Like what I do is I just tell them the future and the benefits, like the features of the product, what the product entails, why they should buy it or leave, and then I leave them to make a buying decision.
Yeah.
So do you think this method or strategy is bad, or do you think it's okay?
It's not bad. It's not okay. You need to learn more. You need to learn there are other ways to go around when it comes to sales. You understand? Yes, you need to expand your option, and that is the essence of the training. You need to expand. You need to be familiar with other things you can do. What you are doing is fine, but it cannot take you so far. There are places you go, you have to be a little more persuasive. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, there are places you go, you need to be, and there are places you go, you need to be more subtle. You don't have to be pushy. You just have to play smart, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you see this kind of program. I'm not trying to push it so much because the goal of the program is to get people to first of all know me, right? Once they know me, we have a common ground. We can talk about other things later on. But there are places you go and you do whatever it takes to make sure that they buy.
Okay.
So you need to expand your options. If you can, I really encourage you to take the training. It's going to help you to do that.
Okay, so what do you say there are places that when I go, I make sure they should buy? Places like where exactly? Are there some certain places they must buy and certain places that
I'm not referring to places like bank or no. I'm referring to places like situations, times, particular products you are selling. Do you understand?
Okay.
There are some things you are selling to some kind of people, and you need to be really persuasive about it.
Okay.
So what I encourage you to do, which is what I do for all my workers, I tell them expand your option, because one day you're going to sell to corporate organizations. One day you're going to sell in the street. One day you're going to sell to people who are very tough. One day you're going to have a very good solution, and some people are just resistant to it. So you can't go to somebody who is resistant to a good solution that you know can change their lives, and you say you want to take it easy. You want to really ask them, do you want or do you not want? No. There are times you really have to say, look, you want this, and let me explain it to you. Let me get you to do this. What will it take for you? I do it to my clients sometimes. I say, what will it take for us to do business? Do you want me to drop by your office? Do you want me to come by? Do you want a drink? You know, and they're like, dude, you are literally forcing me. I say, yes, because I know this can change your life. So there are times it's necessary, and there are times it's not. But the most important thing is, are you equipped for the world? Do you understand?
Are you equipped?
Are you equipped for the world?
Okay.
Yes, because when people come back after this post-COVID, now people come back, a lot of things must have changed. So the way you used to talk to people might not be the way you talk to them now. I believe it's going to be a hard sell. It's going to be a hard sell now because there is no money.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, there's no money, and you know, people are beginning to prioritize. People are beginning to prioritize family, food, and shelter. So talking about buying fashion now, you have to give me a compelling reason to buy clothes I'm not wearing anywhere. You know, so now you see that's where emotion comes in. So people are now selling emotions. Buy this clothes because you know this clothes is going to make you look like something that you don't need. So people are no longer focused on the occasions. They are focused more on people are wearing clothes inside their house and taking pictures.
It's true. I'm posting on Instagram.
I'm posting on Instagram. So that is a different way of, you know, selling stuffs to them. Okay, so I'd like to take the last question at this point. Mr. Obire.
Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it.
All right, you're welcome. I'll take the last question. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Any other question before we close for today? Now, if you want to take advantage of the opportunity, I really encourage you to do one thing about my coaching programs. It's result oriented. I'm talking about every week of the day, we're working on something. So for instance, when we're going to be talking about the 20 different ways you can sell and convince people to buy your product, each of the thing we are learning, we're going to be helping you to craft it out in your own business. So if you are the type of person that really want to up your game in terms of sales, getting more people to do business with you, especially in this time and age, or maybe you don't have a business, but you know you're going to have a business tomorrow and you really want to be ready for it, I really, really encourage you, take advantage of this program, especially now that it's also very affordable. With just 50K, you enroll in with us and you work with us for a period of 3 months. That is something that if you drop in our office, that is about 150K products, and it's for 1 month. We're not giving you 3 months. It is a physical training, right? So you go through the entire stuff and you think through it. If you think this is right for you, I want you to shoot me a private message. Let's talk about how you can take advantage of it. I look forward to seeing you in this program and helping you more and more to get better value. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much. Are you Dr. Mike, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So thank you so
much.
Thank you, and
Dr. Mike. I do appreciate.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Do
have
thank
a you. Thank you. Thank you.
And if you want to learn public speaking, we have a school in Lagos. We have in Abuja, depending on where you are located. You can join any of our classes and get more value for it. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful
day. 1 minute. The public speaking school and this session, is it the same thing?
It's not the same thing. This session is for business people who want to learn public speaking solely for the sake of business.
Business. Okay.
Yes, but there are people that want to learn presentation skills generally. So if you want to learn presentation skills generally, you can come to the school for 1 month program. That will be just 35,000, and you get a 4 weeks training program.
Well, the school is
it? Can it be online?
No, physical class, but we have online classes as well.
The both of these two classes you just mentioned, 35 and 50, can it be online for people that are staying far?
The 35K program is not online for now. It's a physical class, but the 50K program is online.
Okay.
Online, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
But it's a 3 months program, so you have to get ready for it. It's an amazing experience, trust me.
So what if I want to take the 2 classes? What if I want to take the 2 classes? Can't you give me dozen price?
Yeah, you can talk to me. You can talk to me personally then. I probably
privately.
Something. Yes.
Privately.
Chat me.
Okay.
Privately.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Dr. Mike.
Have a beautiful evening, Mr. Dr. Mickey. Yeah.
Yes,
I got it.
Have a wonderful day. See you all in the chat group. Bye.